Times in life you get to a position where you just become aware of how the subtle energy of life force is conducting itself through everything, including the sense of self. And out of that sense of realization, self-realization, out of that aha moment when you recognize this, something in you dies. Like something in you dies and something in you become awakened. So the part of you that dies is that need of agency, of having things turning out in a certain way. You feeling the need to have control of how life is supposed to make you feel, or how things are supposed to, like something in you dies, man, like literally dies. And the sense of willingness to surrender, the sense of willingness to surrender now comes and becomes a more present energy in your essence. There's somehow this sense of awareness of how life unfolds in some ways in its own mysterious world. At the same time, part of you that used to be resisting life force and what happens to life somehow is now kind of like open up to life situation. All of a sudden you're open to take risk in life. You're open to do things differently. You're open to see things in a different way. You're open to experience things that you might never even thought of experiencing. Something that you have limited yourself because you're seeing things from a limited state. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters but the truth. And the funny part now, the truth is no longer what makes you feel secure. It's no longer what makes you feel comfortable. It's no longer what makes you appear in a certain way. It goes beyond than that. The truth, it requires that you listen. You become present to the moment. You open your mind. You open your heart. You open yourself to the present moment, and with all that comes with it. The truth is no longer for nor against anything. You understand? So sometimes you get to that state where openness is the way. Willingness to listen, to feel, to sense, and to surrender to the ways of life, even if you don't know how things are going to turn. You somehow feel more inclined to be in that dimension now. You feel more inclined to live and approach life, see life from that dimension of openness, willingness to meet life where it is, willingness to let go, willingness to surrender your own ego, your own needs of wanting to have control over life. All of a sudden you are open and willing to experience life through life's way, not your way. So for some reason you reach a point where you recognize how your will has been creating life for you, and how you have been, how it is actually impacting your life. Not that it's bad or good, but you reach a point in life where you're like, I want something different. Have you? Like, yeah, no, it's kind of boring. I want Jesus Christ. I want something different. I want I feel like I'm made to experience something different than what right now. Do you understand? And you go for it. Even if it costs your glamorous life, even if it costs your sense of security, even if it costs your reputation. Do you understand? But you make up your mind to sacrifice those attachments and go for what your heart yearns for, even if to other people's eyes it's crazy, it's stupid to them. To you, it's what your heart wants, and you are willing to pledge and go for it. It doesn't matter if tomorrow you end up in whatever situation. That's not even your concern. What matters, and what matters in your life, is that you act accordingly to what you truly feel right now in your heart. It doesn't matter whether it's going to create success, whether it's going to put you in a higher position, whether it's going to make you somebody one day, whether you're going to fall, fail, whether you're going to hit the rock bottom. That's not your concern. What matters, are you listening to your heart? Are you listening to what is said? Are you taking notice of the signs? Do you understand? Are you awake? Are you aware? Are you able to read and decode these situations in life? Do you understand? So right now, I feel like that's where I am, embodying that kind of energy where, like, we're living for the moment. We have surrendered our ego and its own ways. Not that it is a bad thing and we have to punish ourselves. No. Ego is beautiful. When we are in a position where we see the ego as a phase into a human consciousness that is meant to be experienced by all souls, and that at some point in life come to its own peak. And this is where now we part ways with our ego. Not because our ego are bad, no such things. We're not judgmental. It is because we have reached that part where we become aware of our own reality, that our ego was just a path that we're meant to encounter, that we're meant to experience, that we're meant to live in for a time. And now we also have become aware of the reality that life is beyond than that. It's not just one thing or one way. It is more than that. So because we have the awareness of our own realities, guess what we do? We follow our heart. We release what is no longer serving to us. We release the attachments of wanting to have control, because we know and aware how much of stagnation it will create for us to reach the next level we are meant to be. Because now we've come to realize that we are on a journey. We are on a journey of being in a human form, experiencing life fully, experience life in different levels of sin, experiencing life in different ways, different forms. And we are now willing to take the journey with both hands and soldier on and keep going until it takes us to a place where we need to be. We are no longer being fussy and desiring and wishing things. We're no longer forcing our ways, no longer secretly hoping that things go in. We are aware of our own ego, but we know that there's another way, and we surrender to that.